about a week ago, I sat down with one of my coaching sessions with the renowned Chandra. So it was always a hope of mine to be able to use this new role that I'm in to kind of connect the dots, not just within departments or within buildings, but even across buildings. We're going through the normal questions, where are you at with how you use technology in your classroom now? That she asked, how do I use Chromebooks to teach in a math class? Again, this is kind of that teachers learning from each other thing, that she could head over to the middle school and check it out for herself. I kind of tried to do as much as I possibly could to make this as little work as possible for both Renew and also for Don LaMarca, the middle school teacher that we went to visit. Renew brought her first period class to the library. About halfway through the period, we left and went to the middle school, and then second period was her prep. So we had that time to see Dawn's first period class.
We had to check in and know where we're going.
Hello, sir.
You get to pick?
No, she put it before we got here.
Oh, when you get there, you move it over so she knows you're here?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Hey.
And so here we see those kids coming into class, and the way Miss LaMarca has it set up, they come in and they move these name tags, and it shows the kids which groups they're assigned to that day that correspond to the station that they're going to start at. It also tells Miss LaMarca, it's her way of keeping attendance, so she knows who's there and who's not. Kids are coming to her, and they're immediately going to 3 different groups. Those are not just random groupings. Those groups are intentionally formed based on the data that she's getting from the computer program. So the computer is instructing these kids and giving them an assessment and kicking that data to Miss LaMarca. She's looking at that data and saying, all right, here are the kids that are mastering this stuff right away. Here are the kids that are not quite there yet. Here are the kids that are struggling.
How was the homework last night? Were you able to do that?
It was on.
Like terms.
This was a long-term project, and then we had Ingenuity, where we had to do a lesson and assignment.
Yeah.
Because then she goes over our grade on the assignment up there. So if we got a good grade, we're over here. If we got a medium grade, we're over there. If we got a bad grade, we start with her. So then she can kind of help everybody. Right.
So you guys were okay with the lesson, so you moved on to the project.
But we're all going to go to every station. She just starts with those kids because they were the ones that understand what happens.
Do you guys get competitive about that? Do you want to make sure that you're in the...
No.
We're going to put them in 3 different groups, and in her case, she starts with that lower group and has them face-to-face in a small group. Meanwhile, another group is going to be working on practice problems and review, something like that, with the Chromebooks, and that third group is going to be working on maybe a long-term project, something else that can be done in a small group and also independently. All this is doing is setting up Miss LaMarca to be able to sit with really very small groups of kids. We're talking 4 or 5 at a time, where she can go in deep with them based on where they're at. She can diagnose what it is that's giving them trouble, to get to know these kids and get to know their interests and their needs, and all of that is personalized learning.
I really wanted the rotation idea because I really wanted to check in on every kid every day. And I wanted to make sure I could see, here you are, and I wanted to build that relationship to say, I look in their eyes and be able to really say, here, how'd you do on this? How was it? Let them talk to me. And I think that's the whole essence of this whole thing, is building it. And I just love it. I love it.